Hi, Jen here from Jen Michelle Coaching, and today I want to talk about, are you spending too much energy trying to attract the one? I would love to invite any of you that have not subscribed to subscribe to my channel. I release a video weekly. This is a topic that I dive into with women quite frequently. How are we using our energy? If we take a step back, are we a hamster spinning on a wheel, or are we really taking deliberate steps towards the life and the love that we want to create? So let's take a dive into 3 points around this today. Number 1, where is your energy going? Where do you put your energy? How do you start your day? Do you pick up from where you left off the night before? Do you go into reaching, controlling, trying to make something happen? Or are you putting your focus on how you want to feel inside of your body for the day, right? We're not looking at the external circumstances to determine how we're going to feel inside, but instead we are making the way we want to feel a priority, knowing that the more we take care of our internal state and upgrade it, the more we are able to magnetize that in which is an energetic match to it, right? This is the magnetization process. If we are stuck in the pain waiting for someone to save us, we are going to attract from that place. If we are deliberately and consciously choosing how we want to feel, regardless of the external, then we begin to consciously create. But this is inside out work, right? When we talk about really being conscious creators, it's inside out. We must heal the inside for the external to be a manifestation of that inner world, right? And so it's like this deliberate shift where you start to notice where you're looking for something outside of you to happen in order for you to feel good, and instead take deep, radical self-responsibility for your inner state and start tending to it now before anything outside of you has shifted. How much of where you're directing your energy is under your control? Are you trying to control the uncontrollable? This goes back to some of what we just talked about in point 1, but a lot of times we don't realize, because it's kind of been whitewashed in our society, where we're trying to control the uncontrollable, and what a distraction that is. How much energy that takes from us, how much that prevents us from living in alignment, living in our purpose, living from a place of love, right? Are we trying to control what so-and-so is saying? Are we trying to control the way the day goes, even though we have no idea what other people have in store for it themselves? We want to have a strong internal compass, so no matter what goes on around us, we're anchored into the one thing we can control, which is ourselves, right? And so it's about letting the chips fall where they may. People are going to do what they're going to do, so let them, right? And no amount of rumination or stepping in is going to change that. And so notice the way you use your energy to control things that you ultimately have no say over. This is a really important aspect of healing our relationship with the masculine, because men can feel, especially really masculine men, they don't want to be controlled. One of their core values is freedom. So it feels like blatant disrespect if we are stepping in and giving them advisement that was not asked for, or telling them how to do something, or demanding safety from them, but not willing to give it to ourselves. So we need to take that deeper look within and respect his process as well, right? And again, I'm talking about an overall healthy man. And if he can't respond to this, that's kind of a different conversation. But when we step in and try to control, we're really mothering him. And if we want a man to step into his highest path, he has to trust himself. And he has to find his way of initiating those leadership components that allow him to elevate and to, build, because men are builders, right? They are builders. They take the vision and they build. But if we are hovering on the sidelines telling them how to do it, we are interfering with their own unique energetic process. And so really starting to take control, and instead of trying to control others, surrender to that in which you have no control over, and putting that safety in something bigger than yourself, in the masculine framework of the universe as a whole, versus a physical man who will inevitably and always disappoint us because he is human. But when we're resting in something bigger than that, we get to allow him to find his way from a place of grace and from a place of love that just creates a really beautiful, intense, and intimate dynamic between the masculine and feminine. Number 3, choose wisely who you talk to your relationship about. I know for myself, my husband can feel, back in the day, I don't do this at all anymore and haven't for over a decade, he could feel when I gossiped about him. It would hold a space between us. He would feel it. He didn't have to be there. He didn't have to overhear it. He would just feel that unspoken disrespect that was occurring when I would go get my hair cut and just kind of complain about him or something, or get my mom's opinion on how he handled something. It could be a million different things, but I learned that that created a wall between us. And so I made a commitment as I dove deeper into my own understanding of, these feminine teachings and my own self-development work, that I don't want to gossip about him or anybody really. And instead bring challenges and things directly to him. And this is true for ladies that are dating. You're not bringing everything to friends that may or may not have your best interest at heart. You're not bringing things to people who are stuck in their own pain and are going to advise you from that place. Instead, you are really being thoughtful about who you share your process with, and making sure it's with people that are going to build you up and have your best interest in their hearts, right? And so this means, for most of us, a lot less conversation with others about our intimate process and our desires. I would love to hear how this video supports you and anything you're working on in your love life right now. If you feel inspired to work with me directly, I would invite you to start with an introductory call. I've linked it below, and my calendar is open for January. Sending you so much love, and see you next week.